What up, peoples? We are back. You already know what it is. Kickoff has just started. Jahmyr Gibbs with the first carry. He picks up 3-4 yards. And we are on working. I gotta get this I'll put it on mute because I don't want the stream to get the stream to get demonetized. You know how they do on YouTube. All right. 2nd and 6. Jared Goff with time throws it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. We've got a first down. And we're moving. We're moving. All right. Let me see if I can get these hooked up. Actually, let me just wait. Let me just wait. All righty. 1st and 10. We got play action to Jahmyr Gibbs. Goff with all types of time. Hits JMO deep. If you're gonna give Goff this type of time, I'm gonna tell y'all what. If y'all gonna give Goff this type of time, we winning this game. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Give Goff this type of time, and you already know what type of time he on. So, bro, if he didn't have to throttle that down, I'm telling you. All right, we're moving the ball. We are on pretty much the 30-yard line. Hand off to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's gonna get you up to the past the 20. Somebody's gonna get flagged for something. Let's see what that flag is gonna be for. So that dude all a neck calls holding. I'm trying to see where the holding was. Oh my goodness. He's just too big. That's all that was. That wasn't really holding. All right, 1st and 14. Gonna go right back to the ground game, which you know how I feel about 1st and 14 and 2nd and 14, whatever. And 14, we don't run the football, but that's what we're doing. Let me go and refresh this. Hold on, I'll refresh it in a second because I cannot see your comments. You see what happens now? Now we're 3rd and 12. It just all right. And of course, we don't go past the sticks with it. So I think we're going for it on 4th down. Or are we kicking the field goal? Yep, we're kicking the field goal. All right. Well, we're gonna take the points in a drive that probably should have ended in 7. We'll see if we can get it to end in 3. And after this kick, I will go ahead and refresh this. And Jake Bates misses it. Wow. All right, we are back. What up, though, Mr. Route 313? All right. No, that doesn't work. All right, let me go ahead and all right, what are we doing here? All right. So let me go ahead and get these ears plugged in so I can hear what's going on. Um, all right, we are connected. All right, we are in. Yo, Bates has been looking shaky, baby. All right. I don't know if he's a fluke. I think he's like the pressure might be getting to him. He might need to see somebody, sports psychiatrist or something. I mean, if you're gonna take the outside release that Amik Robertson was trying to use in that situation, you got to block off, the ability to get to the stick to the sideline. As you can see, this looks like it's going to be a shootout. Both offenses moving up and down the field. Yeah, you know, he's been far from automatic like he seemed last season. I mean, are we just letting this man get behind us? What's happening? Just don't cover him. There's no point. What up, the tactical sport? Okay, I feel you. Last night I went to bed late because I was playing freaking Black Ops 7. I'm not really impressed with Black Ops 7, man. The maps are too big. It's just I don't know. Maybe they'll, you know. Oh! Oh! Is he gonna get a pick six? Is he gonna get a pick six? Ah! Ah! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Aiden Hutchinson still has more interceptions in his career than Jeff Oh Hell No Kuda. Let's go. You already know what it is. Oh my God. He just needed one more block, bro. Ah! Yeah, they were. Then Hutch did something. Would you boss up and get these studies? Get these studies? Get these studies? Would you boss up and get these studies? Get these studies? Get these studies? Let's go, Amon Ra. But I was hoping they didn't score like right away because Hutch needed to catch his breath. boy, I tell you. My bad, my bad. You know how this thing works. Sometimes I'm ahead of you, sometimes you're ahead of me. Would you boss up and get these studies? Get these studies? Get these studies? Well, see, Sauce, the difference was his first year, no one was throwing at him, right? So yeah, he does still have more than Sauce. Jeffrey Namumbo, hell no good is trash. And people threw it at him all the time. That's the correlation. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna have to get the the extreme tea going on. All right, I'm gonna put the whatchamacallit on. I'm gonna be right back. This hands free joint, I do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just be So I'm gonna have to make multiple trips to get my tea. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go, Avante. Y'all get hyped for your boy Hutch. I took like I'm trying to take at least one day off a week. Come on now, don't let him get the first down. Come on, man. What's a Meek doing out there, bro? Damn, they got max protection going on that one. they had 15 dudes on the line. Jody Carruthers with the super chat. Appreciate you. She says, "Here's my lucky 20. Go Lions. Thanks for the stream. Always done. You already know what it is, Jody. I appreciate you all the time. Always, every game day, you are here without fail. And so is Mr. Morale 313. So is Tactical Sport and others. And I appreciate you all for coming through, hanging out, making this fun for me. And it makes me want to keep doing it. Getting out of my bed and doing it. Yes, sir. Can we get a hold on LA? Can we get a hold on LA? Can we get a hold on LA? All a neck. All a neck. That's what I'm calling that dude because he's just calling stuff against the Lions. I'm saying that Meek is a liability sometimes. Well, he's a liability today. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I also seen reviews of the new COD, but it isn't like I played any of them. It's not like the maps are too big, bro. I even of course. Oh, okay. Even when you can get into like a free for all game, the maps are so damn big, bro. It's like I can't get jiggy with that ish. You know what I'm saying? Like we need some small maps to, movement players, and it's a lot of movement, new movement. They got wall jumps and stuff like that. But I'm a movement player. I'm not a camper. I don't just sit around. And it's not for us. It's for the campers. Look, if Matthew Stafford is going to just get the ball off in 1.5 seconds, that's fine. But we need to shrink the field, right? He's not. He needs to not be getting the ball out 6 yards down the field, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20. Like, nah, shrink that ish. There we go. Pressure, baby. They actually hit him. Aquim. Facts. Aquim got him. There we go. Davenport got in the backfield. Oh, I thought they were gonna punt. But why punt? Stopping them from getting 4 yards, it's been a very big chore for the Lions. So what's the point? Oh, there you go. Now they're gonna punt. Of course. Let's see. I they probably learned their lesson. They're not gonna show us a replay of when Sean McVay called the timeout. I mean, I feel like with the defense that they're playing, their their strategy is going to be, hey, get them in the red zone and then shrink the field. I don't know because they're giving a lot of too many yards between the 20s right now. But their red zone offense is good, and our red zone defense ain't great. See, how does he get between three dudes? Even if he makes the catch, he's in front of the sticks. I mean, grab him. Like, uh, you got three dudes that he threw it between three people, and nobody could make the tackle. I'm not impressed with DJ Reed either. I'm sorry. Carlton, he was not an upgrade over Carlton Davis. He was not a lateral move. He was a downgrade. I'm sorry. We should have paid Carlton Davis $4 more million a year, and we're paying Reed 16 million. Carlton Davis is getting 20 million from New England. But Melvin is a DB snob. He knows what to do. He made a great trade for Carlton Davis and should have freaking kept him, bro. All I've been seeing from DJ Reed the last couple of weeks is turn and freaking and haul ass. Oh, I got burned again. Oh, sure-handed, man. Because you know what's gonna happen. You know what happens when you drop picks? 99% of the time, what happens? Y'all want to tell me? Matthew Stafford is putting the ball in harm's way. Stop me if you heard that one before. They're going on 4th and 8. Are you serious? On Amik Robertson. What did I tell you guys? Bro, on 4th and 8, there is not going to be a punt in this game for the Rams. If they just went up on 4th and 8, they don't care about your defense. They're playing 7-on-7 out there. Okay. What did I tell you guys? 99% of the time, when you drop an interception or you fail to recover a fumble, what happens? They don't respect the defense at all. They lined up quick. There wasn't even any discussion. There was no discussion. What's he challenging? Just call a timeout. What are you challenging? You should have just called a timeout and regrouped the troops. Like, the 1 yard don't matter. Y'all not gonna stop them. It's fine. Like the timeout is what you needed anyway to get these dudes a freaking breather. But instead of trying to challenge, you should just call a timeout in the beginning. It didn't cost the Lions a timeout. They needed to call a timeout. What did I tell you? 99% of the time, when you drop an interception or you don't recover a fumble, they score. I told you. The stat is undefeated. It is undefeated. Because I guess um you can't whatchamacallit, you can't challenge the spot of the ball for whatever reason. I don't know. That's what they said. But like, as I said, it didn't matter. They weren't gonna stop him. Yeah, I told y'all it is going to be a shootout. I told you. And the fact that they went for it on 4th and 8 means they don't give a damn about your defense. They're playing 7-on-7. Exhausting. All right, I'll be right back. Go ahead, get this tea, hopefully. I just don't understand y'all. So that's the one thing that I still complete. So now it's second and 10. Directly up the middle. Because now it's third and 8. And you don't want to get into a pissing match with the Rams because it's third and 8 and you're barely over your own 35. Okay, you got it. JMO doing what JMO does. All right. I'm just saying the philosophy. If you don't get it, then you're punting the football. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad Johnny Mo's not calling plays anymore because that would have gone for 5 yards to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you would have tried to make sure that you try to get the yak. Remember, Jameson Williams and Kyren Williams are first cousins. Just remember that, guys. Hey, I told you it was going to be a shootout. So I'm not today. Either one of them. In this game, I'm gonna tell you because even when they were in Detroit, Stafford's gonna get the ball out in 2 seconds or less. That's always been the game plan against Detroit. So in this situation, I'm gonna tell you that the pass rush is gonna be nullified anyway, even if we have a dominant, if we had a James Pierce, if we had a, whoever on the other side of Hutch. Um, so I'm not too much gonna trip on them not getting to Stafford unless Stafford is standing back there for 4 or 5 seconds. But if he's getting it off in the first 2 seconds, can't really do too much. My problem is if he's gonna get it off that quickly, shrink the field. Don't allow him to get it off in 2 seconds and the receiver is 10 yards down the field already. You know, I would say play press man, but you can't play press man on Devontae Adams. He's gonna eat you up. And then Puka Nakua is his understudy, so he probably taught him some releases. So it's gonna be hard to do, but you got to figure something out. What up, though, Brent DeWitt? Is it cutting in and out? I don't know what to do. Maybe it's the pop feature. I don't know. What up, though, Lamico Cardenas? I mean, he's definitely gonna wear him down up the middle. Yeah, and that's what I said at the beginning of the game. I said if you're gonna give Goff this much time to throw, we're gonna win the game. I didn't know that was the thing. I didn't know if this line was gonna protect him. If they protect him like that, he's gonna have 300-400 yards passing, and it's gonna be a shootout. All we need to do is make sure we score on all of our possessions. We didn't score on the first one, but then Aiden Hutchinson got the pick, so it was null and void. Okay, cool. I don't know what to do if it's cutting out, you know? We 3rd and 1? Okay. They're bringing the heat. Monty, you know what I'm saying? Monty said, "Get off me." Monty said, "Get off me." You know what I'm saying? Monty got up and said, "What?" What? You know what I'm talking about? Alright, cool. I mean, Monty is stiff arming people. He said, "Get down, sit down, get down, sit down. Little boy, get off me." You know what I'm saying? What was that? What was that? Big O? Back, 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 back. Give me 50 feet. You know what I'm saying? And like 50 feet is crazy. All right. Now, the good thing about that play was it didn't pick up too many yards, but you could just see the pocket awareness. I need to throw up the whatchamacallit, don't I? I need to throw up the red zone on the TV. Hey, Monty said, "Back, back, back, back. Give me 50 feet." You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the first time he came to LA with a team. Remember the first time we played them was in LA and it was right after the trade and we didn't have anybody except for Jared Goff. I hope that's the final score too. 41-24. No flag. Okay. Yeah, but you're gonna have to throw this in now. Ah, what y'all think? Field goal? Yep, field goal. So Dan Campbell is going to take the points today. They do. They need to put points on the board, but field goals are going to get you beat. Yeah, field goals are going to get you beat because you know these dudes After 4th and 8, these dudes ain't kicking nothing unless they get down there and you stop them and it's 4th and goal from the just outside the. All right, let's say fourth and goal from between the 10 and the 5. I think if it's inside of the 5, they're going for it. Yeah, that's the pissing match I was talking about. And I said you don't want to get into one. And that's what I was talking about with the throwing the ball or throwing the ball on first down, not getting it, and then running the ball right up the middle on 2nd and 10. Y'all know any Chevy people? Asking for a friend. Yeah, that's the other side of the coin. Um, you definitely got to go ahead and get their stops. Okay, you're a Chevy person. Okay, all right. Now I know a Chevy person. Okay, that's two. That's two Chevy people. We know Kyron will fumble. Field goal's gonna get you beat. Look who's there getting burned again. I'm tired of seeing Reed hauling ass. I'm telling you that much. All right. We got a bunch of Chevy people out here. At some point, we have to stop falling for the rollout to one side and let the tight end leak out the back. We have to stop falling for that. It's just like a screen. If you see the freaking stretch and he goes, all right, let me play action all the way to the other side. At some point in time, you have to go, all right, let me first secure the tight end and then chase the play from the back if it is a run. See, there you go. You see how that works? Don't bite on the play action and cover the people, and no one's open. You see, like it's not rocket science. It's just regular football. Everyone was covered. No one leaked out. No one was open. He is. It's so great at getting beat. Okay, I feel you. My first car was an 84 Nissan Maxima. Was the ball on the ground? Where's the ball? It is on the. It's on the 2-yard line. Oh, the 1-yard line. Sorry. If you manage to stop them here, they're going for it. They're going for it though. So they're calling. They're calling. All right. All good. Whatever. I mean, we should expect it. Well, see, you are a Chevy person. So holding on the offense now. Gonna be a hold on the Rams. That's awesome. DJ Reed. Thanks, DJ Reed. El Dorado, that's what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, your Swiss Lions. No, not Detroit. They're Swiss like the cheese. Definitely. We got to do a lot of something in a lot of different places. The only saving grace right now is that we know Matthew Stafford has been putting the ball in harm's way this game already. He threw one interception, it should have been two. And as I said, Kyron Williams and Blake Corum will put the ball on the ground. So turnovers are still an option. Stopping this Rams offense in any other fashion doesn't seem to be on the table. You know, we know Panay's been dealing with an ankle injury, bro. It's not. It's been dealing with it all season. It's not news to us Lions fans. I don't know what adjustments he can make. Get new personnel. you know. There we go. I'm at Reezy St. Breezy to the Heezy. you know what I'm talking about? He didn't go to the Heezy, but you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I gotta pull those games up. It's the really signing. Kirby's just dealing with a knee injury, bro. He'll be back. The fact that you put Kirby in that at all is wild. Yep. in, in honor of the Diddy documentary, I need that special delivery. I want that special delivery. You know, Harlem Shake on them. Would you boss up and get these studies, get these studies, get these studies? Would you boss up and get these studies, get these studies, get these studies? Let's go, I'm in rock. I'm in breezy, say easy to the heezy. I'm sorry. I'm in Reezy, St. Breezy to the heezy. You see, Johnny Mo? You see how you throw a slip screen? You see there's blocking. There's blocking out there. That's how you design a slip screen. Okay. I don't know. I don't like those, but they got what they needed. There's a lot of YouTube doctors out there. YouTube doctors, Twitter doctors. There's probably some TikTok doctors out there too. At least there were bodies out there to do the blocking. Johnny Mo, they had nobody out there. This was like, all right, we're gonna throw it to you and you do something with it. J Mo, go ahead and do something. You wanted a 99-yard play, J Mo. Well, you're gonna get it today. Go do something with it. Woo. Ugh. Woo. I feel you. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Oh yeah, let me throw this up here. You see how Jameson Williams got right out of that he gave him the hug and then he let him go. You see the awareness, the wherewithal. He's like, I'm not gonna get called for holding here. Josh Jacobs just marched somebody. The linebacker. See, Blake Corum just fumbled. But it was out of bounds. Jack Campbell, unfortunately, has been in that position before. Michigan versus Iowa. So right as of right now, it's 12-7 Packers. Um, the San Francisco 49ers are only up by 4 on the Titans. I mean, if you want to look at it, these tight ends are running wide open for some reason. I don't get it. And the 49ers are going to have to kick a field goal, so they'll be up by 7 on the Titans. All right. Third and what is that? 5? Y'all better get a sack if y'all want him to get off the field. We know they're not running. There we go. There we go. There we go. I said y'all better get a sack if y'all want to get him off the field. All right. We need to score. We need to score. Stafford. Oh my God. What did you expect? He hit me. Where's my flag? Like, come on, bro. It's football, bro. You're gonna get tackled. He looked like, ref, is that legal? What are we doing? Hutch is balling. The Jags beat the Jets 48-20. That's crazy. I mean, no one thought the Jets were gonna beat the Jags. Cam Ward was a zero-star quarterback recruit. That's crazy. Like 0 stars is crazy. Philip Rivers really is playing like off of his couch at 85 years old back into a starting role in the NFL. That's crazy. Who were you throwing to, Jared? Yeah, facts. Oh, facts. I don't even think he's gonna try to do that. Yeah. So now he's tied with Uncle D Muhammad. They both got 9 sacks on the season. The Broncos are carving this Packers defense up. Uh, if y'all want to spend, put Booby in. Well, they didn't suck twice this year when we played them, unfortunately. Uh, Philip Rivers just threw a touchdown pass at 85 years old. That's crazy. Uh, All right. Oh, I think I beat the feeling. Oh wow. It's crazy how you can throw the ball to Jameson Williams when he's not 85 yards down the field. It's crazy, right? They get the ball at half. Whew. Would you boss up and get these tutties? Get these tutties, get these tutties. Would you boss up and get these tutties? Get these tutties, get these tutties. Let's go, J-Mo. I told you, J-Mo against his corners, nothing nice for the corners. Man, it's like, man, just you throw the ball to J-Mo here, you throw it to him there, you throw him in the middle of the field. Then you open it up, you get him one-on-one coverage on a post, and he beats the guy, and you throw it to him. Man, it's like Johnny Moe's an idiot. Oh my God. It's like Johnny Moe's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Ah, whew. I'm just saying, like, it's just, varying the routes that you give the man and see what happens. I don't, I feel like, you know, Johnny Moe's a bad hire. I just, all right, we'll see, man. Oh man. The defense has 30 seconds. This said pro football's heartbeat continues from one season to the next. They just had a butt fumble type of situation in the Packers game. It wasn't a fumble, but what's their backup? Their backup running back ran into the back of a lineman and fell down. There goes freaking Jordan Love drifting backwards again. He's gonna have to hold the ball, guys. Now, pin your ears back because you got 17 seconds. He ain't gonna dink and dunk. We'll see. uh, of course you fell down. Of course you fell down, DJ Reed. Did this man just say lamb and tuna fish? He does. He does. And I love that he loves it too. They need to do something, bro. They're gonna have to go back to the drawing board in this in halftime. The problem is who else you gonna put out there? Yep. Mm-hmm. Hey, if we win the second half, we win the game. That's all we need. Because we won the first half. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Rivers even celebrates like an 85-year-old. All right. I'll be right back, y'all. They gotta put these noodles on. But you know what they're gonna do with Rock? They'll call him for every freaking pass interference available. All right. Woo. All right. The Colts are winning. Indeed. At some point, you have to double them, right? I mean, it's the same situation. You're going to give up the same amount of yards. I can't disagree with you. I tell you that much. All right, we need a big fumble from Corum or Williams. He does. Facts for the first time in what, 11 years? Yeah, you would think you got to double them. You got to do something, bro. Get him. See. Okay, Rock's in. I'm trying to understand why we don't like. Why is it such? Why is it so difficult to understand the concept? On the bootleg, the naked bootleg, whatever type of bootleg it is, play action. They're going to leak a tight end out. You know why? You know why Stafford knows that this works? Because it's worked against us since he was there. We just all right, the tight end is something we're like, nah. We don't know he exists. Wow, they just called a pass interference on Riley Moss on some real bullcrap. And it was great coverage. It wasn't pass interference at all. Not at all. There was no way in hell. Okay. He did have his arm, but yeah, that was hand fighting. All right, 3rd and 3. Where's the tight end? Identify him. There we go. Thank you. Finally. I mean, it's not going to be a quarterback sneak. That's not happening. They're going to turn around, hand it off. They just gave the Packers a touchdown with that bullcrap call. So the Packers are up by 9 uh, with 14 minutes to go in the third quarter. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure this Denver defense will stiffen up. Bro, what? Tackle him. There we go. Roy Lopez. Shout out to the Tortas. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Lord have mercy. They put in freaking Dorsey, bro. No, no, no. They put in Dorsey. That's even worse. Uh Field goal. Run it up. Field goal. All right. Now, Lions. Touchdown. I would have took the I wouldn't even took it off the board. Hold on. Get these noodles ready. All right. Amir Gibbs. I haven't said Amir Gibbs. Amir Gibbs. I like him. I haven't said that today. Come on, Jameer. All right, that was a 5-yard carry. That's good. Another 5-yard carry. That's good. 7 yards. And of course, we're going to have a hold. Why not? Why not? Who the frick is that guy? You better not run on 2nd and 15. Lord have mercy. What the frick are we doing? You're in the shootout, and on 3rd and 15, 2nd and 15, you run the freaking football. You're in the shootout on on 2nd and 15. You had the advantage in the shootout. Now you're gonna give the advantage up. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. I don't see. This is the thing I'm talking about. Why do we do that? 2nd and 15. Like when they will call it 2nd and pass, we're gonna run. Yes, sir. Pat Surtain just picked off Jordan Love and his dumbass backpedaling crap. Dumbass fadeaway passes. And surprise, surprise, Christian Watson is hurt. Christian Watson is made of glass, bro. I have this dumbass Avatar series on my damn TV. I said this before. The first Avatar was so ass. That's it. I don't care what else you say about anything else. It's not doing it. No, it wasn't. I hope. I hope. Because we just gave up the advantage for nothing. We need to figure that out, bro. Like second and long. Okay, you just had a first down taken away because you were holding. Don't make it worse, which is what you do. Exactly. Well, Elisa Meek did something there. Can we get a 3 and out? Right here. Stafford, over here. I'll take it. Oh, Bo Nix, bro. See, see this. Why give it to the like? 31. Bro, Bo Nix is bro. Bo Nix is being a magician out there, bro. Yep, it could be. I know one of them could have been very early on in the game. Bro, the Bears beat the brakes off the Browns. Caleb Williams threw a pass to DJ Moore that was ridiculous. Come on. Ah, That really wasn't a big hit, bro. It was a normal run of the mill um QB hit. A few yards. They picked up 7. How? I don't understand how. I feel like just double team both of those guys and let the other receivers beat you. Because at this point, I mean, I thought that the offense would play well. I just didn't think the defense would. If we get a turnover, we gotta capitalize. Yep. I don't know. Directly over the middle. That's crazy. That's crazy. Definitely was down. But it doesn't matter. We might as well give it to them. They're just gonna score on the next play anyway. Yeah. It's complete. I told y'all. We gave up the advantage on that 2nd and 15 run. If you lost control and regained control in the end zone, that means you didn't control it to the ground. As I said, they might as well give it to him anyway, so they weren't going to stop him. No, that's also true. I don't mind it much. Like I said, we weren't going to stop him anyway. He was just going to waste more time. We have to stop doing the 2nd and pass, 3rd and pass runs. We just have to stop doing that. Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Yep. It does. When did he get control, though? If it was moving as he was going down, it probably should have been more likely incomplete than anything else. That was a catch. That was a catch. Guys, was this not a catch? He touched the ball and it briefly was on his fingers. That's a catch. That's a catch. What are we doing? That was a catch, guys. I don't know what we're looking at. 2nd and 10, run up the middle. Oh, wow. Okay. You learned your lesson. What the? Now we want to not protect Goff. All righty. Oh, we don't get that. We don't get pass interference. What was that? Right. Exactly. Uh, wasn't Miles Frazier supposed to be in? Well, I said the first to 35. I told you when we gave up the advantage. And it looks like I continue to be right. Oh, you don't say Tom Brady. Tom Brady says we should stop running up the middle. I'm just looking like I'm looking at like I look at the Broncos run the football. There was an 8-yard hole that RJ Harvey just ran through. It wasn't straight up the middle. You put up 5 yards when you give the ball to the other team and just let them have it. Broncos look like they're about to take the lead. I kind of now I'm pushing for 11-6. So all those people that thought that the NFL was just whatever Brad Holmes tells you it is can now start looking for it. Micah Parsons is done for the season. I think he just tore his ACL. Non-contact as he was trying to rush Bo Nix. Went down in excruciating pain, grabbing his knee. I don't know, bro. I mean, the philosophy, bro, is you can be physical downhill, but it doesn't have to be up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. Yeah, I just said that. I don't know. Uh, it's not. It's not catching them off guard because there's too much tape. Well, I told y'all if we won the second half, we would win the game. But sounds about right. Broncos is still the lead. Not that it matters. Did he pull his hamstring? Why did they take an injury timeout when the dude is already off the field? That feels like it was unnecessary. I don't really have any faith in the offseason because all we're gonna hear about is how we don't have any money, how we've got to extend Jameer Gibbs, how we've got to extend Brian Branch or whatever. And it's, whatever, dude. How we've got to extend Jack Campbell, how we've got to extend. And we got a freaking safety going off as if we could afford that. He's not questionable return. Shut up. Questionable return. It's a freaking non-contact knee injury. You know what it is. It's torn. Just rule him out. Like, stop playing games. It's stupid. They're not gonna fire him for sure. I just want to like stop throwing it in the dirt. Give your guy an opportunity to catch the football. As I said, that's very different from me. You can hope. I have no hope in this offseason. There's too many holes that we have, and I don't have any hope in them filling them. Not with people who are gonna make a difference. You're stuck with DJ Reed for 4 years. That was a bad contract because he's not any good. I'm sorry. Everyone was happy to get him. But again, just like Cam Sutton, he wasn't a number one corner. So you took a number two corner, you paid him number one money, and now you're getting nothing for it. I mean, Cologne's just a backup. Re-signing Davenport is something I wouldn't be surprised to see them do. All we can hope for is the drive. Yeah. At the end of the day, bro, it's the personnel. I'm about to turn this off. On 3rd and 11, come on, dog. Like, what are we freaking doing, man? What's the point of this? So you're just like, okay, we're just gonna take the field goal here. That's the point. I don't know. I don't know. Because he came back home and they wanted to show out. That's what I said. They just looked like they were just putting it where Bates wanted it. I don't know what Bates is doing, but like a lot of his stuff is floating wide, and I don't know why. Y'all need to get land like what's this dude's name? Um, from the Cowboys, Brandon Aubrey. Pay him $10 million a year. That dude is freaking automatic from anywhere inside of 70 yards. I mean, double team the dude. 170 yards, bro. Like, what are we doing? Now that Adams is out, you definitely should be double teaming him. At this point, does it matter if we make the playoffs or not? I mean, we just don't have the personnel to do anything. We really don't. You came out here and played the half of your life, and then in the second half, you come and just lay down. Hmm. 180 yards on 9 catches. That's freaking crazy, bro. At this point, we can't cover Tutu Atwell, so I'm not concerned. I don't know. It's in timeout, so we'll see. Just a couple weeks ago, you were loving him, bro. Like, I don't understand. I really don't. All right, that's it, Sean. That's the game. All right, man. I'll let you. I've been watching the game. I'm not doing that with you right now, Paul Thomas. I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not in the mood right now. I've been watching the game. We've been talking about it. So you came in late. Welcome. But we've been talking about all the stuff that the defense is doing. My point was you come in and you start talking about he's the dumbest coach in the NFL, but yet you were all over him a couple weeks ago. So that's why I'm saying. I'm very objective. You came in here late, bro. You haven't been here the entire game. We've been talking about the defense. You can't come in here 5 minutes ago and start talking about what I'm not, and we've been streaming for damn near 3 hours. Come on, dude. I'll talk to the people in the chat and see what I've been saying about the defense. Like, I don't understand some of you fans. You have your own agendas. You haven't been here the entire time. I haven't said one good thing about the defense. Ask somebody in the chat. What good have I said about this defense? No one said that he did anything good. We don't have the personnel. Our freaking players suck. Our freaking secondary sucks. No one is absolving anyone from anything. Amik Robertson sucks. He's not played a good game. Freaking DJ Reed, we've been talking about how bad he is and how bad the contract was. We don't have any safeties. What are we talking about? When did I say anything about Kelvin Shepard doing a great job? Thank you, Jody. Like, Paul Thomas, you're not listening to what I said. But whatever your agenda is, you go ahead and take it. I'm not going to argue with you. 8-6. Paul Thomas, this is gonna be the last time I address you because you're saying the same thing over and over again. When did I tell you Kelvin Shepherd did a good job today? When did I tell you he did a good job today? Like, what are you talking about, bro? You're freaking arguing with me about some shot. There's some crap I didn't even say. Okay. Oh my goodness. We established that like in the first couple of drives. I mean, and I said I didn't expect the defense to play well. Brent DeWitt, he can't because he's the dumbest coach in the NFL, apparently. So he can't adjust. He doesn't have an opportunity to, as long as you're doing well and you have good schemes, if you have a bad game, you're stupid and you don't, we need to get a new coordinator. I told you we don't get those flags. What's the point? Holding. Oh, I mean, that was blatant pass interference. Uh, oh, Lord have mercy. You're not going to get flags. I mean, whatever. Philip Rivers throws an interception to lose his first comeback game. Oh, we finally got a flag. Well, at least I mean they owed us two. So but they missed two anyway, so you know. He said that's the first penalty on the Rams all day. That's crazy. Who, Philip Rivers? I'm pretty sure he got hit. He was playing against the Seahawks. I'm not celebrating. You see what Dan is doing here by kicking the extra point? He's not doing that dumb stuff that we saw Kevin Stefanski do. And who else did we see do that? Who else did it? Somebody else did it. It was so stupid. It's like, oh, you're just gonna go for two for no reason because analytics. Kick the freaking extra point, bro. Jordan Love just got picked off. Mm. And it was Riley Moss, the one that was unfairly victimized by the whatchamacallit. By the pass interference. The defense cannot get one stop because Kelvin Shepard is the dumbest coach in the NFL, according to Paul Thomas. And there's no hope for any adjustments or anything. Puka Nacua is going to play on this drive. So, no, we're not going to get a stop. Why would you give it to him from the 35? Well, you're giving him 6 yards and then you call a timeout. Come on, dude. Like I didn't see it. I just saw the interception. It probably was though. Because all he does is throw those. Because he thinks it's cool. This dude's averaging 6 yards a carry. You know they're running. How did you let them get 12 yards on 2 carries? This is actually good for this team. This is good for Melvin to see. This is good for Dan to see. This is good for them to see because they've been believing in their own hype and it's too untrue. Like freaking 6 third-round draft picks wasted. 6. Why can't we be in the NFC South? It's the weakest freaking division ever, bro. Right after the Falcons play spoiler and put the Panthers in the front of the division, the Panthers lose to the Saints. I guess. I mean, what are you gonna get for a running back? I think he's had a tackle. Jordan Love sacked again. I mean, you can overhaul this defense in one offseason, but like, look at all the failures that Melvin has had on this defense on the defensive line. Josh Pascal, Roderick Martin, What's his dude's name? Levi Onwuzurike. That's on the defensive line. And these are all people that you drafted. Marcus Davenport, because you keep signing his ass. Watch them pass to put to Puka Nakua because it's like a guaranteed reception. And Jordan Love gets sacked on 4th and 10. So looks like the Packers just lost that game. Doesn't really matter because the Lions are going to lose this one. Yeah, if only the Eagles were that dumb. They shouldn't even like put their hands in the dirt. They should have just stood up. Yeah, it is. It's amazing how you see people like, you look around the NFL, you look at the freaking Seahawks. You look at who had to just get a new quarterback. You look at the freaking the Broncos. Like you just look at these teams and you're like, I mean, I just don't get it, man. You look at the Bears. I mean, it took the Bears like 4 years of being the offseason champs, but they got a new coach and a decent roster, and they're at 10 wins, and we're at 8. And this guy stayed in your division. It's freaking ridiculous, bro. Uh, you look at the Patriots. Uh, the Lions wasted a loss by the Packers. Um, I mean, they haven't lost yet. It's 3rd and 4. They're at the 2-minute warning. The Packers have no timeouts. Bo Nix does his magician thing. Um, he comes up 1 yard short. I don't know if they're going to go for it or but with what I've seen from the defense of the Broncos, the Packers are not going to be able to pull this one out. Um, no, they're going to go for it. So it's 4th and 1. Um, wow. They go with the freaking wishbone full house formation. They do not get it. So the Packers have a minute and 7 seconds, no timeouts. They are down by 7 points. So they have to score a touchdown. But that doesn't matter to us because all of you people, none of you people are in here. And none of you people that are actually in here talking are the people that said this. But there are about 200 people in here right now. And I'm pretty sure that one of those people said that stupid ass ish 11-6 make the playoffs. They didn't care about winning the NFC North. At the end of the day, 11-6 is the best we can hope for. And you've got to beat a Bears team that's better than you right now. You've got to beat a Vikings team that beat you already once. And then you've got to beat the Steelers, who are in a dogfight for their division. So it is what it is, man. This team has been extremely disappointing this season. Um, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about them. I feel like uh, I feel like Brad Holmes really failed this team. As I said before, and I'm gonna keep saying this: 6 third-round draft picks were wasted. 6 third-round draft picks. All this stuff that we need, right? All this stuff that we need. We need this, we need that, we need the third thing. But what we got was Broderick Martin. What we got was Isaac Tesla. What we got was Hendon Hooker. What we got was Manu. And if you don't know, Manu was not a third round draft pick, but we used the third round draft pick to trade up in the 4th to get him. The only person on this team that has done any type of anything to contribute has been Isaac Tesla. Myles Garrett is on a team where he's not going to win, but he's a sack and a half away from tying the NFL season single sack record. Single season. I made the comment earlier, and there was someone who came in here talking a bunch of crap, and then he left. And he probably won't be back, and that's just fine with me. We don't have the personnel. Brock Purdy has the worst Dougie ever. Anyway, the Packers just lost the game. Look at the Broncos. And I made this point to you guys earlier, a couple weeks ago. The Broncos are the leader in sack. Their sack leaders, the highest draft pick was drafted in the second round. You got a guy that was drafted in the 7th round. That is one of the sack leaders for this team. Really, the only household name that they have on their defense is Pat Surtain. And he's the highest paid player on the team. They went out and they got themselves a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix, who all these people clowned and said he wouldn't be anything. Sean Payton believed in him. Sean Payton got him, coached him up. And now Bo Nix is just doing insane things, keeping plays alive with his feet, keeping his eyes downfield, delivering strikes. And oh, by the way, they're 12-2. If Dan Campbell is going to call plays, I don't mind Dan Campbell calling plays. I just need him to stop doing things like running up the middle all the goddamn time. I know he's a hard-nosed, tight end, which means you should run towards the tight end a little bit more. Since Dan Campbell took over the play calling duties from Johnny Morton, this offense has been worlds better. They just have that brain fart on 2nd and pass, 3rd and pass, where they decide to run the football and not run it like, actually well thought out run. No. Up the middle. Detroit Lions are 8-6. 11-6 is the best they can hope for. They have a 40% chance of making the playoffs. 40% ain't bad. Okay? But guess what happens? If the Packers mess around and lose to the Bears, then the Packers are just 9-5-1. So we then have to turn around and beat the Steelers, and we're still 9-6. So you're not making the playoffs next week. It's going to come down to the game against Chicago. You controlled your own destiny. You screwed up. You controlled your own destiny. You screwed up. You controlled your own destiny. You screwed up. You screwed up 6 times when you were in control of your own destiny. Now, guess what? You don't control it anymore. And we're not the Chiefs. Guess what? The Chiefs didn't make the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. Patrick Mahomes left with an injury. Guess what happens with the Chiefs during the offseason? Everyone's going to expect them to bounce back and get back to the playoffs next year. They're not going to expect that from us. They're not going to expect that from us. And if Brad Holmes has one of those dumbass drafts once again, where he's going to have to make trades to get 3rd-round picks, because we don't have any 3rd-round picks this year or next year. So he's going to have to trade into the 3rd round. Everybody thinks that Brad Holmes is this draft wizard. Is he a draft wizard where he's too cocky? Is he a draft wizard where he's too cocky to see that a lot of the stuff that he's doing is hurting the team? Sure, he drafted Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell. That's great if you're a basketball team. Aiden Hutchinson, right? That's great if you're a basketball team. Your starting five is phenomenal. But what happens when you come off the freaking the floor and you got nobody on the bench? Right? If you're a basketball fan in Detroit, you're a Pistons fan. What happens if the Pistons don't have a bench? Is the bench important? I think it is. Osama bin Johnson has DeAndre Swift looking like he's on the same level as Jahmyr Gibbs. How? We need to rethink the way that we play football. It works if you have Penei Sewell healthy, Taylor Decker healthy, Frank Ragnow healthy, Kevin Zeitler healthy, and I guess Graham Glasgow. That's not our line anymore. You know why it's not our line? Kevin Zeitler was allowed to go to Tennessee for $9 million because why bring him back? Frank Ragnow retired and then tried to retire and was unsuccessful. The next man up mentality for the defense. Awesome. Great. Who played well today on the defense in the secondary? Amik Robertson, DJ Reed, Rock Yassin. Not anybody that I can name, not anybody I can think of. So I'm just trying to understand, like, let me see what y'all got. He started drafting for backups, projects, all that dumb stuff. Well, Matthew Stafford's not mobile. He's just mobile with his arm. I don't know what Brad Holmes has learned, and to the point where I see him learn something, that'll be the point where I believe he can learn because he's just been very arrogant so far. Yes, I know Bo Nix is mobile. Yep, I saw the whole game. Exactly. Well, that's and here's the point. This is why I have no faith in this offseason. Because the free agents that he brings in, let's see. DJ Reed, good free agent signing. Zadarius Smith was a trade. Didn't re-sign him. Carlton Davis was a trade. Didn't re-sign him. Okay, thank you. Dumbasses. I just I just saw Mike Florio talking about Micah Parsons, and I caught the tail end of the update. The Packers believe the ACL is torn. Right. I mean, if you've been watching football, playing football, like they try, oh, he's questionable to return. He's not questionable to return. It was non-contact. He went to the ground, screaming in pain and agony, grabbing his knee. You saw the way it shifted. It's torn. Why do we play these games? It's not for competitive advantage. Bruh, he's done. I said it when I saw it. Anyway, the reason that I don't have any faith in this offseason is because I don't know. Um, is because he doesn't do well in free agency. Um, I mean, look at the freaking New England Patriots. The New England Patriots drafted their quarterback last year, and in one offseason, they remade their entire defense. And they did it in free agency. Now all we're doing is talking about we got to re-sign this guy, we got to re-sign that guy, we got to extend this guy, extend that guy. Okay, cool. Awesome. Mahomes also tore his ACL. So the Chiefs won't be back next year either. Even the Jaguars are finally going to freaking, make the playoffs, win their division. I just need to be. I need the Lions fans to be on freaking Brad Holmes' head. We need to. We can't accept this bullcrap anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. You know, on paper we have a good team. Mostly we have a good team, but there are a few key areas that we need freaking people, bro. We need people on the defensive line, not named Marcus Davenport. Stop that BS. Stop putting Lee McNeil out on the edge. We don't need that. We need corners. We need people on the offensive line that are going to consistently protect Jared Goff. We need a new medical staff. We need something. I don't know. These injuries are freaking crazy. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you want to say we need another quarterback, that's fine too, but who you getting? We saw what you could do with Goff today if you protected him, because that whole first half he was protected and he balled out. And I think the second half would have been more of the same, but we gave up the freaking momentum and the advantage, like I said, on 2nd and 15 when we decided to run up the freaking middle. And in a shootout, that was on Coach Campbell because that was a dumbass call. And we did it multiple times. 3rd and 11, which I believe was just whatever because you were going to kick a field goal anyway. This team is not where freaking Brad Holmes thought it was. We're not good. No, we don't never want to see injuries. If you want to see injuries, you're a sick person and you probably hate your life. You know? Mega Hustle 313 says, I gave up on Brad. I feel like I have too. See, I don't go as far as to blame Goff for a Hall of Fame offensive line when he had that Hall of Fame offensive line and Josh Reynolds was dropping passes. When he had that Hall of Fame offensive line, Frank Ragnow was hurt and Graham Glasgow was his center. Graham Glasgow was the reason that he got strip sacked in the at first in the whatchamacallit, in the divisional game against the the Commanders. Did he have a good game there? No, he didn't. But had we gone in 14-3, the game was over. And I said that. I've been saying that, and you can go back and you can rewind. Right? And just like Philly the next week, when they went up 14-3, the floodgates opened against Washington. And I believe the same thing would have happened there. So I'm not gonna do that. One game with the NFC Championship game, Goff played fine. He had nothing to do with that loss. The next year, yeah, he had a whole lot to do with that loss. But I'm not one to just blame Goff just because I don't like Goff or whatever. No, I started off hating Goff. He won me over with his play. We put someone around him and we protected him, and he's done fine. Sometimes he has a goof game. Sometimes he does. But our defense has been consistently an issue. Our lack of pass rush has been consistently an issue. Those things are easier to fix. You fix the defense because the Patriots did it in 1 year. And everyone can do it. Spend your money. The salary cap's not real. I promise you. I've done videos to show you that it's not real. Spend the money, build the team, fix the defense, and then you start winning. Other than that, there's no other way that you're going to be winning. It just is not going to work. I'm not talking about Drake May. I already said that. I said their defense. They rebuilt their defense. I said earlier that they drafted their quarterback, and then the next year they rebuilt their defense in one offseason. My point is about the defense. The defense has been the problem for the majority of the tenure of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. The pass rush has been a problem. The secondary has been a problem. For Brad Holmes to be a what does he call himself? A DB snob for that to be what he calls himself. We sure haven't had great DBs. And when we had really good DB in here in Carlton Davis, we let him walk. And then we replaced him with DJ Reed, who everybody thought was a lateral move, for $4 million cheaper per year. Guess what? You should have paid those $4 million extra. Because Carlton Davis wanted to be here. And then you got what you paid for. You gave $16 million per year for 4 years to DJ Reed. And look, all he's doing is getting burnt. He definitely is Cam Sutton 2.0 because he was a number 2 cornerback that you paid like a number 1 cornerback. You've done that twice now, Brad. Twice. You didn't learn the first time. You've done it again. Penny pension. This is what I'm talking about. See, this is where I get off, okay? Because we're sitting up here talking about style. Who cares? Did Goff lose that game for you? Goff played a phenomenal first half. What lost the game was Dan Campbell deciding on 2nd and 15 during a shootout in which your defense couldn't stop anybody to run the ball up the middle on 2nd and 15. If you were here watching the game with me, I told you that is where we gave up our advantage in this game. Was I wrong? Anybody that was here watching the game, can you please tell me that I was wrong? Can you please tell me that after 2nd and 15, I was wrong? Did we not lose the game after that play? Did we lose the lead? Did we ever regain it? I don't understand. It's like I'm speaking English and like a lot of people are not speaking the same language. Yeah, I don't know if Ray Agnew seems to agree with everything that Brad does. So unless he's just doing that to keep his job, I don't know. Yeah, I really wish y'all would come watch these games with me because I was talking about Bo Nix the entire guys. When you see this stuff in the chat, please tell the people that I've already talked about this. Just like the dude came in late talking about freaking Kelvin Shepard as if I had been praising the defense. Come on, man. I literally had Bo Nix on the other screen talking about he's a wizard, he's a magician. Look how he's extending these plays. Scoring 34 points on the road and losing by 10 says it all. Yeah. Spielman, so what are the so some people said Spielman doesn't want to be a GM, and then they're saying that he took GM interviews last year or this offseason. All right. So basically here it is. We've played each other 4 times. Rams Lions since the trade. Jared Goff can't win in LA. Matthew Stafford can't win in Detroit. This is pretty much what it is. We're 2-2. We've lost 2 in LA. We won 2 in Detroit. That's it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off because the more people that come in late, the more I have to repeat myself. And the more it's like I'm arguing with you guys over stuff I've already said. So I don't want to do that. I appreciate everybody that comes in. And you don't know that I said what I said because you weren't here. But then when you come in and it's like an argument, it's like you're trying to push an agenda and it's something I've already said, like I'm just going to clap back. and especially after a loss. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Not Victory Monday. And we'll talk about these things. It's gonna be a lot of the same, bro. Where we go from here is you got to win the rest of your games. I don't believe in the Lions as a Super Bowl contender because you had one more opportunity to show that you could beat the number 1 seed, and you didn't do that. You know, you didn't do that at all. No problem, Brent DeWitt. They're not gonna fire Brad. They're not going to. That's the problem. You know, and look, Brad's got one more year on his contract. His contract expires in 27, so he's got 26. And if he doesn't do a better job in 26, then it's up to, is Sheila going to fire him or not extend him? I don't know. But he's got one more year. And he's got to earn another extension. So it's up to him. But once again, the Motor City Cats R&D back at it. We came to give you stats, not none of that static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic.